Hey everyone, and welcome to the channel. So today we get to take a look at the 2025 Lexus ES350. Huge shout out to Hendrick Lexus Northlake for providing this sedan for me today. Take a look at their website, that link is down in the description. This ES is finished off in Cloudburst Gray. It has an MSRP just over $48,000. And underneath the hood, this is powered by the 3.5 liter naturally aspirated V6. It's paired to the 8-speed automatic. It pumps out 302 horsepower, 267 pound-feet of torque. That power is sent to the front wheels, propelling this 3,700-pound sedan from 0 to 60 in 6.6 seconds. It has a top speed of 131 miles an hour. It also has a fuel capacity of 15.9 gallons. You'll expect to see around 22 miles per gallon in the city, 32 out on the highway. This also has a wheelbase of 113 inches. Its overall length is 195.9. It has a width of 73.4, a height of 56.9, and its ground clearance measures in at 5.9 inches. Now, as we work our way to the exterior styling for this ES model, we have a lot of sleek and elegant designs for this luxury brand. Now, up front, the Lexus logo is also the forward-facing sensor, and then this has the classic hourglass design with all the chrome accents for the entire surround. There's plenty of cutouts in the rest of that grille, as well as parking sensors up front. And then this is equipped with LEDs for the headlights, high beams, DRLs, and turn signals, with a really nice design for those housings. There's also some more chrome accents on the far edges of the bumper there, and then some nice lines that come down the hood all the way to the points of that hourglass design there. And then as we work our way to the side, really nice set of two-tone wheels for this specific model. There's also the three-tone design for the side mirrors with the gloss black chrome and the body color, and then the integrated turn signal runs right through the middle. There's also a sunroof up top, more chrome for all the window trim, and then some nice lines that run down the side, very sleek to match that front end. Now, taking a quick look at the window sticker with that $48,864 MSRP, the only options, 18-inch wheels along with the power trunk kick sensor. And then the biggest package is the premium package at $2,400. So we have a few options for this particular model. And then in back, you'll notice the chrome accent that goes right through that power trunk. There's LED taillights, backup camera with all the sensors, and then the exhaust has those chrome surrounds on both sides. Now, as far as the kick option goes, I'm not exactly sure where you kick, but it looks like I just did it. So you don't even have to grab the key fob, but you can also use the button over on this right side if you would like to use that. And then as far as cargo space goes, it's actually a lot of space. As you can tell with the amount of items in the back right now, the only caveat is that the back seats do not fold down. You have that small cutout right there where the armrest is, and that is it. But it looks like you can fit in a lot of items, making this a practical sedan. And then you can use that button or kick your foot up underneath to close that trunk. And then you can lock and unlock this from all four door handles, which is nice. And then take a look at this white interior. There's also some wood trim accents, some black leather. There's the release handle, as well as your window adjustment, some storage in that lower section. And then the leather seats here with the black accents. Now at 5'10", it's very easy to hop into the back. There's storage pockets along with your climates, and then some auxiliaries down below. I have plenty of space. There's a little bit of a bulge here for your middle passenger, but even at my height, 5'10", I have about a ½ inch or so of headroom. So it's spacious. If you're taller than me, might be a little bit confined, but it's not bad. There's the armrest as well as cup holders, and then this is actually a locking door to gain access into the trunk space there. And then as far as visibility goes, pretty easy to see around that pillar with the large windows on both sides. And then as we work our way to the front, there's the memory seating adjustments, along with your power folding side mirrors, window controls too, a little bit more storage. Lexus is also down on the door sill. And then there's the automatic front seats with a little bit more black accents to them. And then as we hop in, we're greeted with a solid leather steering wheel. But let's start this up. We can go over the gauge cluster now, where this also does have paddle shifters, which are finished off in gray. And then on the right side, there's your distance pacing, lane keeping assist, as well as cruise control, mode, and tuning. On the left side, there's volume and Bluetooth adjustments. And then you have controls for the gauge cluster setup. On the right side, there's your fuel along with engine temperature. And then on the left side, you can use these arrows to further go through the rest of this information. So you have quite a lot of vitals that you can pull up and monitor, including some of the safety performance that you can go through here and adjust the sensitivity. And then the gauge cluster is fixed right in the middle with your tach, miles per hour, and what gear the vehicle is in. Now on this left side of the gauge cluster, you have traction control. You can push on that to turn it off. And then on the right side, this is for the driving modes. So if I twist it up, that is for sport mode, twist it down for eco, push on the end of that stalk, and you are back into normal. Now over on this left side, there is a small storage bin where you can place some items. There's also the fuel cap and trunk release. Really nice trim accent with some gloss black surrounding it, along with one air vent. And then as we work our way to the infotainment system, you'll notice on the left side, there's a clock. And then right in the middle, you have some more info to go through. You can pair your phone to this, of course, listen to music, and then you can go into some of the climates as well as your comfort and trip. And then you have some settings to go in here just to configure this as needed. So not a ton of information, but it does also offer Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, so that way you can have your phone on that screen there. There's 2 air vents underneath that. You have all of your climate adjustments for the fan speed, temperature dials, which you'll notice we have on both sides there for the readout, where you'd like the air to go, and a few others. And then underneath that, all of the audio adjustments along with power and tuning and volume. And then underneath that, this has heated and ventilated seats along with the heated steering wheel. A little bit of storage down below. There's 2 cup holders on that right side. There's also a few auxiliaries that are hidden away. And then if you put this into reverse, you'll have the backup camera along with the guidelines. You can also push on this for a little bit different of a view. There's drive, as well as being able to shift with the shifter or the paddle shifters. E-brake is also over on that side there. Auto hold, wireless charging, and then you can open up the armrest here where there's a few auxiliaries down below. You can also open it up the opposite way for your passenger. And then there's plenty of storage in the glove box, some garage door buttons up top, and then you have the dome lights and the adjustments for that sunroof and tilting it. And then here's a look at visibility. It's pretty easy to see over both shoulders, so it's very open feeling for this sedan. As we set up now behind the wheel for this ES350, it's been a few years since I've been behind the wheel, but I've driven a lot of the IS350 models. Kind of similar to that, we do have a little bit larger of a vehicle. So if you need a little bit more space for a sedan, this is slightly larger, not quite as sporty, not having the F Sport package for this. So it's a little bit more relaxed, a little bit more luxury focused than the IS. So from my experience driving those, but everything else is kind of similar as far as all the technology and how everything goes. So if you're looking for more of a luxury focused vehicle, something that's going to get some really good gas mileage as well, this is definitely a great option to go with. We even have a few different driving modes here that will give you a little bit more throttle response, especially if I put it into a sport mode there. And then we do have the paddle shifters as well. So that way you can add a little bit of sportiness to this. So we'll downshift to second gear and give it a small acceleration. It's not that loud, but the paddles are pretty responsive too, which is nice to see. So if you want to use them, they are there. But as far as getting out on the road now, this is going to give you a really nice, comfortable ride. I've been in a lot of Lexus models to know that this is a luxury vehicle. It's going to be comfortable, quiet, very smooth, well refined for its price tag too, under $50,000. You can get into a luxury vehicle. It might not have all of the bells and whistles. I'm curious why this doesn't have a forward-facing camera for the technology that other brands have. Even the Toyota Camry, which I currently am driving for a week, has the 360 camera system, which I'm not sure if is an option for this, but it would be nice to see some features like that. But if you're not looking for a million different things, you can just hook up your phone, have your phone on this screen here, and you're good to go. So it's laid out well for not having a ton of technology. And I know Lexus owners or buyers are looking for something like that. You don't need a million different settings. You want something that's reliable with that NA engine, and then you're going to have reliability on the interior as well, not having so many gadgets and things like that. But so far, really nice. Seats are super comfortable. Visibility is great. We have thin pillars up front too, so you can see around. And in sport mode second gear, here we go. Definitely has a good bit of power to it. It's not the fastest vehicle, but it's not underpowered by any means. So you have plenty to get up, merge, get onto the highway, and things like that. But this is what it's like to be behind the wheel for the Lexus ES350. I will say I wish the infotainment system was a little bit larger, but we have the clock on one side, which a lot of Lexus models still incorporate. What's not in this model is a CD player though. That's a huge comment I get on a lot of the Lexus models. For the 25-year model, I'm not sure if in 24 they offered it, but that is gone for the 25-year model. So you just now have the ability to hook your phone up or listen to the audio. But it's a nice vehicle to drive. I like the simplicity of it. I like that this is something that is going to be incredibly reliable. This is a vehicle that you could own for well over 10 years. It's going to be a great daily driver. You're going to get some really good MPG. Maintenance shouldn't be anything really aside from yearly oil changes and then tires, things like that. But as far as engine maintenance goes, really just the oil changes. Lexuses are going to be incredibly reliable to maintain. So this is from a cost perspective, it's not going to cost that much throughout the ownership experience. So if you want one vehicle, you want a vehicle that you can have for quite some time, any Lexus model really is going to be a great option to go with. But you have tons of space, so it's a practical sedan, a little bit larger. So if you want just a little bit more space in your sedan, you're not looking for an SUV or a taller vehicle, you have a little bit longer of a vehicle, which is nice. Turning radius is also great. So parking lot situations and things like that, it's going to be very easy to drive. And that is going to wrap it up for the 2025 Lexus ES350. Once again, a huge shout out to Hendrick Lexus Northlake for providing this sedan for me today. Take a look at their website, give this video a huge thumbs up, and consider smashing that subscribe button so you don't miss out on our daily uploads. I will see you all in the next video.